program is part of the Scene Project's podcast network. The Scene Project features interviews with independent musicians, comedians, and artists from across the Midwest. Become part of our community and support local art wherever you are.
Streams filling our hands, begging to be solved, remembering the lives we lived before, searching for answers out in the void. We're all just restless girls and boys, looking for keys to open the door. Time's everlasting, time never lasts. Seconds slipping from my grasp, holding you closer, holding our breath. Observing the march of time as the present quickly fades into our past. Swimming in circles now and we can't get out and we can't get off this ride. A vessel is tossing in the waves. Step up the shadows, no need to hide. Our future is rising with the tide. The only thing we need to be is brave. Time's everlasting, but time never lasts. Quite as long as we wanted to. Watching seconds slipping from my grasp, holding you closer, holding our breath. Observing the march of time as the present quickly fades into our past.
Welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. I am your host, Bubba Startz, and you are here for Unsigned Spotlight, our daily independent music review show where we play independent artist music and we have a great time doing it. I am joined always by my co-host across the pond, AJ Waller. AJ, welcome in today. Your house didn't blow down. I'm very happy to see that.
No, my house didn't blow down. Do you know what? I was joking around saying last night that the only thing would be blown down is the pushchairs and the wheelie bins on the road. So I literally walked out to the Love Shack, Spud Shack today, and basically every 5 steps that I went, there was a wheelie bin or a pushchair, literally on the road. I'm thinking, I hope there was no children in those pushchairs, but it's obviously just people dumping them on the roads. But yeah, it was pretty rough out there last night, but not as rough as I had it in Cornwall. Bless them, all the people in Cornwall. I hope you're well and I hope you are safe. I have seen the devastation that you are going through in Cornwall, all the power lines, all the people that were injured, all the people without power and food, and a lot of emergency vehicles had to be sort of sent up to Cornwall last night because it was so bad. So for all those who are our neighbours an hour away from us, I hope everything is well and you're starting to sort out your houses from the devastation of last night. You all went through a really horrible, horrible time, and our hearts in the southwest are with you. And we hope that things do get better for you over the next couple of days, clearing up the ghastly storm that was the biggest that we've had over the last 20 years. So, yeah, thank you to all the emergency services, vehicles, police, fire, rescue crews, etc., who are working day and night now to sort everything of this mess out. But we were very lucky in the southwest in terms of the wheelie bins.
Yeah, now that's a trash can, correct? That has wheels.
It is a trash can that have wheels. As a personal joke.
And a push chair is a stroller, I'm assuming.
It is. It's a stroller, and I was just
Okay,
hoping that
okay.
there were no
I'm trying
children
to
in
get
it.
some context for myself. No, our
It's,
even here from
I don't know what
America.
it is. I don't know what it is about the UK. It's sort of like, when we finish having children and we're finished having, the luxury of having to push our kids around, instead of just like selling the strollers on, we just leave them out in the streets. And there's always like me, the most curious person. I sort of walk past them thinking, hope there weren't a child in there. It's just like, I'm just hoping that was empty. It was just an interesting to see a thing like walking down to the seaside this morning, and it was just like, yeah,
So
this is our
funny.
devastation and our dangers. But yeah, I think, do you know what? I was speaking to some of the local homeless guys, and we were really sort of cautious that they'd had a really bad night. It was bad on the seaside. There was a lot of water. There was a lot of roads closed. There was a lot of sea damage, and the homeless, bless them, who do sort of use the shelters alongside the sea walls, to keep themselves warm basically most of the time. But they obviously had to find other places to sleep last night, and we did do a good job. And hats off to the companies like the one I work with down at the Spud Shack. Is all of the locals helped the homeless this morning by giving them free coffee, free food, and basically looking after them, because they've been through an absolutely horrific night, because normally where they could sleep safe, they were unable to do so. So well done to all the local businesses for rallying round this morning and making sure that the homeless were supported in a very, very cold night.
Well, and our hearts go out to you. We're no stranger to devastating storms here in the upper Midwest and South Dakota, but we're also very well prepared for them. And, because of our harsh winters, we don't have a large homeless population. I would say that there's no homeless population in my town and several towns around us at all. And we don't have these major metro areas, but we always try to do a great job of supporting those communities and those unsheltered people. So shout out to all your emergency crews and volunteers that are taking care of that community back there in Torby.
Fantastic. Well, I just want to say hi to everybody over on TikTok. Thank you for joining us live. Yes, we will have our scheduled what's on the TikTok shop this week, because it has
Dodgy
become
shop.
a feature. The dodgy TikTok shop. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing dodgy about the items which are in my TikTok shop. Okay, I'll give you that. There is some quality goods in there which saves you an absolute fortune. Okay, but I tell you what, I just want to say thank you for all the response that I've got from people this week. I was saying to Bubba before I come on the show, whether we're on the TikTok shop or whether you are tuning in for independent music, whatever you're doing, whatever you're here for, at the end of the day, I just want to say thank you. We've seen the numbers grow in the show, and it's overwhelming for both of us. But what we want to do is that is a big shout out to all those independent artists. We played so much music this week, and we're going to be playing lots more music on today's show. And the shout outs are to them, really. They are the stars of the show. They bring their music to us so they can play it live to you. But we're glad you're enjoying the show, and thank you so much for the comments. So I'm going to dedicate my Friday afternoon to an artist that I've been working with throughout the week, over the last few weeks. And I'm also going to dedicate it to a very special association that I know of. So when you hear my songs today, I'm going to be playing one song from a very special friend of mine who I will play first. But the next parts of the show on my side today will be dedicated to the Daniels Foundation over in New York, who support disabled musicians all over the world. And I will tell you a bit more about them and a bit more about the story that I have been involved in this week, because I wanted to share a real Friday end of the week feeling about how good it feels being a music mentor and being part of this amazing music world. When I get things happen like I had today, it's precious, and I want everybody to take something for the weekend and know that whatever you're doing in the music industry, you are all doing an amazing job. Okay. So thank you. Okay, so where are we? Is it you or me first? I can't remember.
You. Hi, Mia. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Hey Mia, how you doing? Right, so it's over here in the UK, so I'm going to start off the show in the bestest way possible, okay? This artist is a very special friend of mine. She was part of our academy last year, but because she had such a successful year last year with awards and also kicking the asses of, some of the people in the Apple Music stores, and basically taking UK country music to a higher level. She's very, very busy. So she has been producing even more albums. She's got some more albums out this year. Her name is Helena Mace. She is an absolutely amazing singer. And this is one of her latest songs from her new album. And it's called Tattoo. Let's play it for you. I hope you enjoy it, everyone. Let's see if Bubba gets it to it before I do. I bet he does.
I'll let you have it. I'm doing homework.
Oh, yeah, you've got to do your homework, haven't you? Here we go.
Like a bad tattoo. Like a bad tattoo. When you're young, you think it's forever. Making plans what to do with your life. Spending every moment together, not letting each other from your sides. But things can change so quickly. You grow up and change your ways. Life feels suddenly different. Things aren't the same within days. Even after all those years, remembering all those tears. But in those times I'll never forget you, 'cause you're engraved into my heart, stuck like a bad tattoo, like a bad tattoo. You make your peace with what comes around, but you moved on fast when things didn't work out. But every summer I'll think of you, 'cause some things never change, just the distance between us two. Time moved on, and now the kids have grown, and we both have new lives of our own. But each and every single summer, they all remind me of you, like a bad tattoo, like a bad tattoo. Even after all those years, remembering all those tears. But in those times I'll never forget you, 'cause you're engraved into my heart. Even after all those years, remembering all those tears. But in those times I'll never forget you, 'cause you're engraved into my heart, stuck like a bad tattoo.
What a great little track
Amazing.
there. Love that song.
Such a beautiful singer, such a beautiful voice. And this is
Thank
the
you,
lady that
Helena.
I showed you her albums a few shows ago. I just showed you the albums that she sent in, and she's such a kind musician as well. And she was doing lots and lots of work in relation to charity work that we done for the Christmas for Make the Wish Foundation. And I believe that she actually supports the Make the Wish Foundation as part of her daily work now, as part of her band. So when she does her festival, she raises money for them. And that was all in connection with our shows from Christmas last year, but also her shows in general. So absolutely brilliant. Do you know what? It's Friday. Come on, guys. What I want you to do for me on TikTok, on both Bubba's and mine, is give some thumbs up and also some hearts to these amazing musicians. They work so hard. I will bring you from the TikTok shop as well, some items as well, but I really want you to show these some love, okay, because we want to send it back to the artists. So while we're playing some music on mine, I'm going to basically give you some quick gift votes, okay. And what I'm going to do, Bubba, I had an idea, mate. As part of the show, what I really do miss, is supporting local and national charities, okay. So I know that TikTok doesn't give us lots of money, okay, but when they do, they give, and they give generously. So throughout these shows, I am going to ask our audience to give me a thumbs up and some hearts to these amazing independent artists. You can do it to the TikTok items if you want, but I'd love it if you could do it to the independent artists. And if we do create money on the TikTok platform, that money will go each week to a designated charity, okay? So for today's charity, I'm going to be talking to you on the show about the Daniels Music Foundation right after Bubba's next track. And we're going to be playing a bit, and I'm going to make sure that anything which has been donated on this show and all next week by TikTok, okay, I will send over to Danny and his dad over at Daddy's show. And once you see this show, you'll wonder why I picked this one as my first one. So each week we will have a special charity of the week. We will be putting TikTok on, and we'll be asking for your thumbs up and your love hearts. And when we do receive that little bit of money from TikTok or anywhere else, we will send it straight over to those associations, because that's how loving we are on the Unsigned Spotlight show.
Fantastic. Well, and speaking about love, the first song I'm going to play today is from our friend. We featured him on the show before, Kenneth Perrin. Kenneth is an amazing R&B soul artist, and this song is another great one from him. We thank you, independent artists, for sending in your songs. We always need more, so please, we will let you know how to do that. You can go to thesceneprojects.com, find out a lot more about everything that we're doing, and become a part of the show simply by sending us some of your music. So this is We Can Forgive by Kenneth Perrin.
It's been a long road we've been traveling on. We've grown weary from holding on to the pain and the hurt buried deep down inside. Need to wash it all away, get rid of our pride. So I say, I forgive you and you forgive me, and we forgive each other over again, and we start to live. Didn't understand what we had in hand, lay aside every weight. We can't forgive. How many times must we argue and fight? The distant silence echoing through the night. Healing ain't easy, but it's not hard to find. Hearts may be broken, but they do mend in time. So I say, I forgive you and you forgive me, and we forgive each other We can never really go backward if we just try. Eventually we'll reach our goal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You forgive me, and we forgive each other over again, and we start to live. Didn't understand what we had in hand. Lay aside every way we can forgive. We can forgive.
Beautiful
voice.
stuff there from Kenneth. Yeah, I absolutely love that man. And such an amazing person as well. I had him on a podcast interview at the end of last year, and just a really great guy. That smile of his will light up any room. And to see him bringing back this very soulful style of music that you just don't hear a lot of it these days anymore. And it's some of my favorite stuff.
Certainly is. I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring our first product for the TikTok shop.
Great
I am.
segue there. Great
Segue.
Tear in my eye.
Segue. It's a great segue. I'll tell you what, to listen to these great independent artists, it's been really
enjoying
interesting
your
to watch the music scene changing from being on Spotify, Apple, going back to, we were talking about this in our interview last night with Emily. We were talking about, have you thought about doing a vinyl for your album or your single, bringing it out? And a lot of people are talking about going back to the 80s and going back to the physical aspects of music and finding ways in which we can bring our music directly to you as our listeners, as our fans and things like that, and as our family members. And whether that's by vinyl, by CD, and I was thinking about sort of like, actually, I remember the days of a tape, because that shows my age, okay, and putting my tape in my tape recorder. But then I was looking at the TikTok shop today and then looking at some of the boom boxes, as we called them in the UK, those massive, great big,
we finally found something that we called the same thing.
So did you call them that? We called them boom boxes. Did you call them that?
That's what they are. That's why you called them that, because that's what they are, is a boom box.
They literally sat on our shoulders. We carried them wherever we went.
God,
and at the end of the day,
so cool, AJ.
I was so cool. I tell you, I had my music up really loud. I had salt and pepper. I loads of
can we dig out one of those old mixtapes? Does Mom have one of those mixtapes still buried in the attic somewhere?
They must be somewhere. I'm going to try and find some of my old records about what I used to play when I was young. But basically, on TikTok Shop, they have got a modern version of a boombox for $35.99, and there's lots in the TikTok Shop, okay? And people are carrying them on their arms. I'm thinking, do you know what? How lightweight is Gen Z these days? Okay, they don't know how painful it was putting that boombox on your shoulder. It was as heavy as hell.
D-size batteries in it.
We just didn't care how stupid we looked. It was like, hey, look at me, I'm cool.
You had music on the go. You had your music on the go, man. So cool. I think a lot of, Gen Z, and I think even to a certain degree, a lot of millennials don't understand the sound quality degradation from the vinyl records to, tape and CD and now digital form. It's incomparable. The warmth and the sound of a good vinyl record is just incredible. And that's something that I didn't realize until maybe my high school career back in the early 2000s, because, tapes and CDs dominated the 90s. But Vinyl's making a comeback for a reason. And if you've got a great set of speakers at home to be able to put on a good vinyl and turn that baby up, man, that's the way music was supposed to be enjoyed, not listening on your phone.
And it's still going to be enjoyed. That I'm going to spend the weekend for all of my TikTok shoppers finding the vinyl, because they're out there. Because you can put a USB vinyl record player next to your computer, okay? And there's CD players and things like that. I'm going to go through the TikTok shop this weekend, and I'm going to dig out the old stuff, because talking to artists like we spoke to them last night, there's a big drive to going back to CD, going back to vinyl, going back to hard copies of things, you know. So you're not going to be able to listen to some of these artists, because there's a bit of a drive from the artists at the moment saying, do you know what? We don't want to be on Spotify no more. We do not want to be on Apple iTunes no more. We want our records to be profiting us as independent artists. So some of these artists are going to start to disappear. And the only way you're going to get to listen to their music is on CD, is on vinyl, going back to the old-fashioned way. So let's set you up in the TikTok shop. Go and have a look now, because you're going to find some classics. And we've got artists like Emily, who we were interviewing last night, who is slowly considering, yes, she's going to get some CDs and things out. So, yeah, perhaps we can get some sent over for you to listen to in the UK.
Well, it was the way that people made money. You made money as a musician selling records. And when they took that away and put it onto streaming, they took away your stream of revenue. And because they didn't want to invest in it anymore, but you can invest in yourself. And you can build this, and people will buy them. I promise you. Look at my records in the back. Most of those top rows, those are all independent artists. And while I have a record player, I don't use it nearly enough to justify spending what I did on the vinyl. But people will still spend that money to support you and to have that physical copy, because they can't take away that from me when I don't pay my Spotify subscription.
Exactly. What happens when you have that subscription moment and you think, oh shit, I can't pay it this month? You've lost all your music. We didn't lose our music because it was in our living room or it's on our shelf. We never lost our music. We never lost the ability to listen to our favorite artists, you know. And I think
and I'm very grateful for the database of music that we are building. And I think a lot of the artists that are sending them in to be featured on the song don't realize that we've been building a internet radio station in the background as well. And there is still money to be made on radio, and the radio show that will make a comeback with the Scene Projects and from the Scene Projects. We're just working on some of the funding and building out these areas again to bring this all back. But when you send in a song, it is not simply to be played once on this show and that's it. We have much larger visions for all these things, but you have to invest in us a little bit too. And you can do that by coming over, joining the Scene Projects Academy, joining the group.thesceneprojects.com, becoming a part of what we're doing. And you can submit your songs by sending it to the email on your screen, Bubba Startz at thesceneprojects.com. You can find AJ Waller on TikTok or anywhere else that he has, Phoenix Rise, MGMT on Facebook, on YouTube. Find us, connect with us. We will send you the form and have your music sent in. We will be creating blog posts about you. And this media giant that we are creating is so much bigger than a daily show where we're only able to share a small percentage of the artists that we have in our community. So don't be scared. Come and join us. We don't bite hard, and you can become a part of what we're building here. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit those notification bells so you never miss a single show here with us. Every weekday, we are live at noon Central Time, 6 p.m. in the UK, and bringing these independent artists out here, just like the old radio DJs used to do for independent artists.
Definitely. Right, it is story time, everybody. It is Friday, and I'm going to do this every Friday, okay? Because I think it is time that we got back to the old ways of one life, okay? Remembering those values, who we are as musicians. We are one of life, and ability to support local and national charities has always been good to our hearts. So I'm going to tell you a story this week about a young man that I have been working with very hard over the last 2 months. He came to me at Phoenix Rise because he saw that I had a program within the academy where neurodivergent artists can be supported within our community here at the Scenes Project and also at Phoenix Rise. He had seen my posts and also Bubba's posts, and he wanted to know how, as an Asperger's drummer, he could be supported to live his dream and find a group to be able to play on stage with, and also gain confidence as a musician to be able to play live at his studio, which he has been doing so on TikTok very regularly, and I mean regularly, sometimes 5 hours a day, over the last couple of weeks. So, Stephen Gordon, I am dedicating this first section on a Friday to you because I am very proud of you. You have got very significant needs in relation to your Asperger's, but you throw that in the bin every single time you get live on the camera, and basically you become a music artist that anybody would be proud of, and we are all proud of you. You've sent me some lovely comments today about how you find the support of Phoenix Rise and what it's been able to achieve. Like I tell all my artists, it isn't about me, it is about you. It is about your time that you put in and the effort that you put in daily, as artists, and also you as an artist. And I'm just there to watch and support you grow. Now, I'm not going to be playing music over the next 2 songs that I have. I'm going to be dedicating some of my time to some of the associations that I work with in terms of neurodivergent, and also pinpoint the fact that actually it's given me a bit more of a bit of a buzz today, because actually I've been thinking about all those opportunities that I have working with the neurodivergent community, and I'm very, very lucky and very, very proud to know that I've got some great, great colleagues and some great, great musician friends out there that, despite whatever their disability is, they are able to perform on stage and give us some amazing music. So, instead of doing an MP3 music track, I know I might get fired for this, okay, but I'm going to be bringing you some YouTube, okay, because this is the best way to showcase what my artist has been up to, okay. I'm going to add this to stage. This is Stephen Gordon. Please take a note of his TikTok page, because this young man, I'm sorry, he is in a, what we call in England, a supported living environment where he is supported by adults to live an independent life, as his disability. So to be as independent as possible, will have his own place to live, go out to work. But I just a big shout out to all of the community who's been helping him, because they've been helping him have a studio, helping him find bands. So I'm going to show you a couple of clips from his TikTok. And this is him with his brand new band that he's been putting in place.
Take your bitter pill. From drowning in the river.
Okay, so as I've got 3 minutes, we have got 3 minutes of young Stefan. Okay, and I'm going to show you a picture. Look at that. Stefan is a TikTok live star. I am on TikTok at the moment. Please make sure you give this boy some love. Okay, give him some hearts also, because I will send over that money over to the Dannies, because I will be talking about the Dannies very shortly, and they basically will be supporting artists like Stefan, okay, to be able to do things like go live in his studio. So I believe that he's getting some funding and some support to be able to do these amazing things. And this is him playing live on TikTok.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? I repeat, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? We're gonna have a problem here. Well, act like you never seen a white person before. Jaws up on the floor, and Tommy just burst in the door and started whipping her ass first before and first before throwing her over furniture. And to return to oh, wait, oh wait, you're kidding. He didn't just say what I think he did he? The Dr. Gray said, nothing, idiots, Dr. Gray said, it's locked in my basement. Feminist, giving him, chicken, slim, and I'm sticking him. Look at him, walking around, rapping if you know what, rapping if you know, yeah.
We love a bit of Eminem. You know, he will play a lot of Eminem to you while he's doing his live. I think that's a bit of a fan favorite, okay? But he also gets to go and jam with his family and friends in live jam sessions where he is in London, in Peckham. Take a look. Okay, that was Stefan and Michael, as you're saying, very cool, loving. I will literally remove myself. There you go.
You did remove yourself.
I did remove myself. 3 minutes with Stefan, and I'll tell you what, that's better than 3 minutes with AJ, okay? Because your comments were more beneficial than me talking in the background, not knowing that I wasn't on stage. I'll tell you what, it's really hard when you're actually working 2 programs at once and I can't see myself. But you know what? I'd rather you spend time with my friend Stefan. Please give him a follow and a love and like on TikTok. And when he puts his poster up that he's very proud that he's had made for him through Phoenix Rise, please, please, please go and follow him. And I'll tell you one thing, since I've met Bubba, we work with all cultures, religions, races, neurodiversities. Everybody is a part of both of our families. You know, and I was speaking to Michael about this when I had my one-to-one last night as well, in terms of doing the tours with Gay Pride. You know, there is nobody at the Scenes Project or Phoenix Rise that we will say no to. We will find a way to support, care, and be there for you as a musician. So that was my Friday feeling, and what a lovely feeling to have, that actually the week that I've had it's been very, very special. And you've seen it on my page. I've spent so much time giving, you know, being given love. This is my love to give back to you all. Okay. So Friday, we will find out from Bubba who he would like to put forward for the Friday show as a way of supporting local and national charity.
Well, as always, for me, it starts with Operation Combating Veteran Suicide. You can check them out at ocvs.com. I'll drop the link here in the comments. Our veteran community here in the United States and abroad are so underserved by our respective governments. Once they're done serving their country, we often feel like they are completely forgotten. Right now, the statistic that is produced anyway is 22 veterans a day are taking their own lives. The number is actually much higher because they don't include drug overdoses in that, even though we know that some of those may be in an act of desperation as well. So it starts and ends right there. No pun intended for my band. It's Operation Combating Veteran Suicide for me. We have others that we work with as well. And I'll talk more about angelcarsusa.org over the course of this new series that you just sprung on me in the last 2 seconds here. But
I love
I would
bringing
be,
things on you.
yeah, well, this one's easy because, not only am I the marketing and PR director for OCVS, but I'm become very good friends with the founder, Mrs. Charlotte Roop, and her husband, Casey, who are just incredible individuals. They were already doing so much before they ever had the nonprofit. They were already volunteering. Charlotte, with No Veteran Dies Alone. Casey, himself a combat veteran, was doing anything that he could to help his brothers and sisters out there. And now they just have something that's more official and a way that they can take in the donations to do even more good. We already know that they can give of their time and hundreds of thousands of dollars of their own money. Now they're able to turn it around and to be able to raise money for those of you out there who don't necessarily know how to make a difference. You can make a difference by donating the change in your pocket or a few dollars a month, and we will get that to the right places and the right people. Michael says, absolutely love you both. And I mean that. I am blessed to be a part of both of your groups. You not only get shit done, but your character and integrity is incredible. And I would add that we are both incredible characters. So we have that. Michael, we absolutely love you. You mean the world to us, not just as a client, but as a friend and as someone who we absolutely admire. I would say both of us as a singer. I really look up to you and hope that one day I can be so blessed to be able to sing as powerfully and as emotionally charged as you do. And I really look forward to being able to see you in person someday. Obviously, we need to get some travel involved in there. But I also saw that you both were on my calendar coming up here soon for some interview and some more talks there. So really looking forward to getting to talk to you off the air, both of you gentlemen. And thank you so much for tuning in with us every single day and being a part of what we're growing here. And really at its essence, that is a community of creative people who want to do something, not just with their music, but to better the world that they live in. And we really can't wait to do more and more of that in 2026 and well beyond for the rest of my natural born life.
Fantastic. Back to the TikTok shop, everybody. I've just found something really, really cool. And I'll tell you what, this is a classic for the weekend. So it's nearly the weekend. It's 15 minutes. And basically, you lot have got to go and find yourself something to do while me and Bubba have a rest, because we need some rest over the weekend, okay? It's been a long, long week for both of us.
My
Will we
voice is
switch
feeling
off?
it, AJ. I woke
It
up
is
today
mine.
and I was like, man, I had 5 more meetings this morning. I did 5 interviews yesterday, plus our live show, and our calendar just continues to fill up. But I am
It
tired
does.
in the best way possible.
It does. And I'll tell you what, it's been a long, long week. But what I want to also make sure that you do is make sure you spend time with your kids, okay?
Oh, I thought
And I
you were going to
want to
say
make
spend
sure.
money on the TikTok shop.
No, well, you can spend money on the TikTok shop if you want to, but I tell you what, I want you to go and have some fun, okay? Artists, if you are not working this weekend, okay? And do you know what? I do these parts of the show when I talk, I almost talk like a mentor, and you will get this from me, I'm afraid. Michael got this from me last night, is actually making sure that you have some wisdom from our shows as well, okay? So if you are not working this weekend and you are not gigging this weekend, please go and spend it with your partner, your loved one, your family member, okay, and spend some quality time with them. Put the records down, put the studio down, put the mic down, put the drumsticks down, the guitar down, because our families need us as well. So on the TikTok shop, there are many items that you can use with your family, which are non-music related, but are a bit of fun, okay? So the item from the TikTok shop that I've got flashing up in front of me is Paint Your Partner. I would love to. And do you know what? Have not even thought about doing that. Now, Vanessa's busy with her charity, and I know she's only doing this because there's going to be some hunky men being painted, okay, in our air show. So basically, what she's decided is she's going to have a microdome. Okay, microbe, as in working with like bacteria and microbes. So she's calling it a microdome. And her and her female friends, okay, and I'm sure it's females. I don't think the men are going to put forward to this, but basically, he's going to be painting people at the air show with bugs all over their bodies. Now, I'm sorry, that's a female thing. They just want the males to rip their shirts off. Michael's flying over to the UK as we speak with his brush in hand, okay, to paint these models. And this is basically, so on the TikTok, there's a paint your partner. So I tell you what, before Vanessa goes and does everybody else's body, I'm going to do hers with paint your partner, colouring set by TikTok, £12.74, bargain. I'm going to buy it, and I'm just going to sit there before she goes and just paint her all over so she looks like a Smurf.
Oh, this is devolving quickly. Hey, and you know what? If you don't have the 12 quid for paint your partner, all of you artists out there, we highly recommend that you go get a 14-day free trial from Music Mogul AI. They are our partner for the tour that we are planning in March. The founder, Brad Stewart, will be your onboarding specialist, and he's going to give you some consultation for your career to make sure that you are ready.
Sorry.
And
Ooh, you got me at bugs. It wasn't the men with their tops off, Michael. You got me at bugs.
he said you lost me. You lost me at bugs.
Oh, you lost me?
He was there for the shirtless men. Yeah. But the bugs has sent him back across the pond to the US. Artists, go get yourself a free trial, 14 days in Music Mogul AI. Have a conversation with Brad Stewart and see how this software is going to revitalize your career and absolutely revolutionize the music industry for independent artists. Hey, that's your work.
It's my work. Look, I was thinking about things
That's
to do.
you
at the
on the
weekend.
little cart, huh?
It's me on the little truck. No, it's actually my boss. He literally has a yellow bike that he travels around in Torbay, and his wife basically had made this design for him because that's how everybody sees him, you know, as he travels around Torbay on his yellow, you know, bike that he has. And it's one of those electric bikes. You know, it's not an actual motorbike; it's an electric bike, and he speeds around on this to go and get all his stuff for his shack. And again, another thing, do you know what? Go out, get your favourite food over the weekend. You know, go get yourself a pizza for the kids. Okay, in England, we're loving our baked potatoes right now, and there's some absolutely yummy toppings on our baked potatoes. But anything that's warm, actually today it wasn't the baked potatoes; it was the Texas steak burgers that sold the most today, and the bacon sandwiches that sold the most because it was so cold. You know, so. Bubba, I ask you this question. Over near you, what's the most famous food store? Are you a hot dog nation or are you a burger nation?
Like in my state, we're in cattle
your
country,
state.
so yeah, beef is king out here. Steaks and you know, burgers on every menu anywhere you go. Now, summertime, obviously, we eat a lot of hot dogs out here at the ballpark, and something that's a little more mobile, right? You're often standing or sitting outside, but we are we're in beef country in South Dakota.
Fantastic. How about chicken wings? We were playing with chicken wings today. Not literally. There was no chickens in the van and we weren't like chasing after them. We were making sort of spicy chicken wings and chips and, you know.
Yeah, we have wings, you know, especially on Sundays when we're watching football and the snack finger food. We got that stuff too. But yeah, I mean,
cool.
What we have out here, they're called steak tips. So it's you know, maybe your cheaper cuts of the meat, right? And sometimes they'll bread them and deep fry them, but often you're taking more the tougher cuts, cutting them up into smaller chunks and then deep frying them. Whether you bread them or not is kind of a point of contention. But yeah, deep fried tips are a big thing out here, just to be able to eat more finger food.
One of the things that I got from the US when my sister was living in the UK, and I didn't really know about it until I'd met my sister and met the amazing Air Force over in Lakenheath and the American Air Force, when they had their barbecues, was barbecue pulled pork. I hadn't really been introduced a massive, great big pot. And it's basically a real American tradition when you have a barbecue and Thanksgiving and things like that. These big, like, stock pots come out of pulled pork, and it's the most delicious meat. It really is divine, with barbecue sauce all dripping down your face. We do this on the Spud Shack. We actually have this pulled pork, and I can't stop eating it. It is divine.
One of my
It's so
favorites,
nice.
AJ. Yeah, I'm a big pulled pork fan. You smoke the pork butt, which is actually a shoulder, but we call them pork butts. And you smoke that all day or cook it in the crock pot, and it just falls off the bone and spread, shreds very easily. But a whole bunch of barbecue sauce. So I'm getting hungry. I didn't eat breakfast.
You know what?
and it's way
I'm
past
getting really
lunchtime.
hungry, and we are like
killing me.
literally 8 minutes left of the show. So I am going to leave it at, if anybody is in the UK or wants to come to the UK, come and see me in the Spud Shack, baby. Okay, and I will make you an amazing jacket potato. I will make you an amazing pulled pork roll or any food. But final message to you artists: put it all down, go and enjoy your time with your family. And yeah, there you go. I've got my promotion in for the Spud Shack.
Fantastic. Well,
What's the
I'm
music,
gonna play
mate? Before I do my last one?
your last one. What?
Last song. I want one from you, and then I'm doing one for me to play us out. We look at that. We're nearly there an hour.
Yeah, well, if you don't spend 15 minutes trying to hawk things on your TikTok shop. So I want to support somebody who's shown a lot of support to us. This next song is by our friend Young Tizzy, who's a good friend of Bobby Hills, who we've played some of Bobby's music on here. Bobby had me on his show over the holiday, and Young Tizzy is the founder of Quality Music Management. So you can kind of see all the things that they're up to there. They're in St. Louis, Missouri, over here in the U.S., but they're doing a ton of stuff to help a lot of artists. So really grateful to have an opportunity to share some of Young Tizzy's music with you today. This song is called Make a Way by Young Tizzy.
Niggas still ain't on my downfall. Hoping that a nigga fall off. I had to make me a way, even though they gon' hate. I had to stay out the way. Yeah, the only in the way. Where I'm from, it ain't safe. I had to get up and catch me a plate. Yeah. I had to get up and catch me a plate, even though they gon' hate. I had to make me a way, even though they gon' hate. I had to stay out the way. Yeah, the only in the way. Where I'm from, it ain't safe. I had to get up and catch me a plate. Yeah, I had to get up and catch me a plate, even though they gon' hate. I had to stay out the way. Yeah, they only in the way. I had to make me a way. Remember on them block, making all them plays. Niggas bitching for the face. Taking pictures of the way. Mom say, God, watch your head. Never let any bitch jump in. And always count your bread. Niggas wanna see my downfall. Try to ride this wave. You can't swim and I'ma drown, y'all. Don't wanna be around, y'all. I might let around, dog. It sound like 18 with those who play the sound, dog. I had to make me a way, even though they gon' hate. I had to stay out the way. Yeah, the only in the way. Where I'm from, it ain't safe. I had to get up and catch me a plate. Yeah. I had to get up and catch me a plate, even though they gon' hate. I had to make me a way, even though they gon' hate. I had to stay out the way. Yeah, the only in the way. Where I'm from, it ain't safe. I had to get up and catch me a plate. Yeah, I had to get up and catch me a plate, even though they gon' hate.
What happened?
I think that was it.
Was that it? I thought Bubba's made a boo-boo, but it just ended.
I thought the whole system froze up, but I guess that's just how it ends.
But you know what? You get surprised when you do not look at the audio promotion before you do the show.
Oh wait, it mistakenly paused. We're back in.
Oh, we're back in. Cool.
Niggas still ain't on my downfall. Hoping that a nigga fall off. Yeah. I had to make me a way, even though they gon' hate. I had to stay out the way. Yeah, the only in the way. Where I'm from, it ain't safe. I had to get up and catch me a play. Yeah. I had to get up and catch me a play, even though they gon' hate. Yeah. I had to make me a way, even though they gon' hate. I had to stay out the way. Yeah, the only in the way. Where I'm from, it ain't safe. I had to get up and catch me a play. Yeah, I had to get up and catch me a play, even though they gon' hate. Yeah. I had to stay out the way. Yeah, they only in the way. I had to make me a way. Remember on them block, making all them plays. Niggas bitching for the face. Taking pictures of the way. Mom said, God, watch your head. Never let any bitch up in. And always count your bread. Wanna see my downfall. Try to ride this wave. You can't swim and I'ma drown y'all. Don't wanna be around y'all. I might let around dog. It sound like 18 with them some winning sound. No. I had to make me a way, even though they gon' hate. I had to stay out the way. Yeah, the only in the way. Where I'm from, it ain't safe. I had to get up and catch me a play. Yeah. I had to get up and catch me a play, even though they gon' hate. Yeah. I had to make me a way, even though they gon' hate. I had to stay out the way. Only in a way, where I'm from, it ain't safe. I had to get up and catch me a play. Yeah, I had to get up and catch me a play, even though they gon' hate.
No, I think that was it now.
Do you know what? It's just going to be one of those songs that basically is cutting in and out. It may be a system problem that we're having tonight here live on Spotify, on StreamYard, sorry. And it could be anything, but do you know what? Great song.
My StreamYard has been working overtime over the course of this week. I have spent 6 to 7 hours a day on it between meetings and doing everything. So maybe it's just as tired as we are, AJ.
I think it is. I tell you what, I'm going to do what we do best. We're going to be finishing the show tonight with a bit of a movie for you. Okay, so you can sit up, put your feet up, get your popcorn out because it is the weekend. Let's all have some relaxation. Let's have some relaxation time. I'm going to give Bubba some relaxation time because he's been working his butt off this week to try and bring you more services, more support at the Scenes Project than I've ever seen. This man works as hard as anybody that I know. And at the end of the day, thank you so much for all you put into the music industry, Bubba. I see what you do every day of the week, mate. Okay, you do a cracking job of supporting so many industry artists and not just inside the independent industry artists. There's so many people who benefit from your services in terms of entrepreneurs, sports networks, everybody. Bubba will be literally up morning, noon and night to give you support, you know, and the Scenes Project is one of those projects that I'm going to be growing with for the rest of my life. And I just thank him for being a part of it because I absolutely love it. So my little present to him will be a little bit of time that he can put his feet up, he can get his coffee cup out, he can just literally take 5 minutes for himself, watch this amazing Danny's Foundation, and actually we will spend some time together looking this up next week as we raise more money and more support for these amazing foundations. Okay, so everybody enjoy your weekend. What I'm going to do is I will leave this evening with this amazing share screen of the Danny's Foundation. If it lets me do it, I'm sure it will. And have a great weekend, everyone. This is the 6th annual Danny's Award. Look at these artists. I tell you what, they're absolutely amazing, just like Stephanie's. Exactly where I wanted to leave Bubba, okay? Sleeping and chilling and relaxing for his evening. This is AJ from the Phoenix Rise Project and also from the Scenes Project. We want to wish you a very, very happy weekend. Enjoy yourself. Make sure you tune in on Monday between the hours of 12 p.m. in the US and 6 p.m. in the UK. We see you again next week. Make sure you send us all your songs next week. Have a pleasant weekend. Goodbye, everyone. From me, AJ, and look as though I put Bubba to sleep. Night all.
Welcome to Unsigned Spotlight, the daily live show from the Scene Projects. We shine a light on the best unsigned musical talent from around the world, featuring songs from independent artists across all genres. This is where passionate music heads, emerging artists, and curious listeners come together to discover what's next.